The vastness of space stretched out before the massive fleet of the Galactic Empire. Their ships, each the size of a small moon, moved with a slow, menacing grace. The Empire's flag, a black star on a field of deep purple, flew proudly on every vessel. This was the might of the greatest power the universe had ever known. At the helm of the flagship stood Admiral Zaxor, his four eyes scanning the holographic displays around him. His tentacles twitched with pride as he gazed upon the thousands of worlds under the Empire's control. For over 10,000 years, the Galactic Empire had ruled supreme, crushing any who dared to oppose them. Admiral, a junior officer approached, his exoskeleton clicking nervously. "We've finished our scan of Sector 7G. Zaxor turned slowly, his upper eyes focusing on the officer while his lower pair continued to monitor the displays. "And?" he asked, his voice a low rumble. "We've detected a new civilization. Sir, they call their planet Earth." The Admiral's tentacles curled in amusement, another primitive world to add to their collection. "Show me," he commanded. A hologram of a blue and green planet appeared before them. Zaxor studied it with mild interest. It was a water world, mostly covered in oceans with scattered landmasses. Billions of life signs swarmed across its surface. "Fascinating," Zaxor muttered. "They've managed to avoid detection for this long. What level of technology have they achieved?" The junior officer consulted his datapad. "They've just begun to explore their own solar system, Admiral. Their technology is primitive by our standards." Zaxor let out a booming laugh that echoed through the bridge. "Primitive indeed. They're barely out of their cradle. Have they even discovered faster than light travel?" "No, sir. Their fastest ships would take years to reach their nearest neighboring planet." The Admiral's amusement grew. These Earthlings were nothing more than children playing with toys. They posed no threat to the Empire's dominance. "Send a small scout ship to observe them more closely," Zaxor ordered. "We'll add them to our list of worlds to conquer when we have time. They might make useful servants or amusing pets." As the junior officer hurried away to carry out his orders, Zaxor turned back to the grand view of space. His tentacles waved lazily as he considered the insignificant speck that was Earth. Such a young species, so unaware of the great powers that moved through the galaxy. They would learn soon enough, as all races did, that resistance to the Empire was futile. Little did Zaxor know that at that very moment, deep beneath the surface of Earth, humans were hard at work on a project that would shake the foundations of the Galactic Empire. In a vast underground facility, hidden from the prying eyes of both earthly governments and alien observers, Dr. Elena Rodriguez stood before a gleaming spaceship unlike any the world had ever seen. Its sleek design defied conventional physics, incorporating technology that even the Empire would envy. "Run the final diagnostics," Elena ordered, her voice filled with a mixture of excitement and apprehension. "We need to be ready when the time comes." As her team scrambled to obey, Elena allowed herself a small smile. The Galactic Empire thought Earth was defenseless, a primitive world ripe for conquest. They had no idea what was coming. The Empire's arrogance would be their downfall. Earth had long known of the alien threats lurking among the stars, and they had prepared in secret. While the rest of the world went about their daily lives, a select group of scientists, engineers, and soldiers had worked tirelessly to create humanity's ultimate defense. Soon, very soon, the Galactic Empire would learn that underestimating humanity was the gravest mistake they could ever make. The stage was set for a confrontation that would change the face of the galaxy forever. Deep beneath the Rocky Mountains, in a cavern so vast it could house a small city, Dr. Elena Rodriguez stood before a line of gleaming spacecraft. These weren't the clunky rockets the world knew about. No, these ships were sleek, silent, and deadlier than anything humanity had ever created. "Status report," Elena called out, her voice echoing in the massive underground hangar. Her second-in-command, Major John Chen, approached with a tablet in hand. "All systems are green, Doctor." The fleet is ready for launch at a moment's notice. Alina nodded, her eyes never leaving the ships. Each one was a masterpiece of human ingenuity, incorporating technology that even the Galactic Empire would envy. Antimatter engines, quantum shields, and weapons that could tear apart the fabric of space itself, all hidden from the prying eyes of both earthly governments and alien observers. "And our pilots?" Alina asked. "Training is complete," John replied. "They're the best Earth has to offer, drawn from every nation. They're ready to defend our planet, no matter the cost." As they spoke, a young engineer named Zora Patel rushed up to them, her face flushed with excitement. "Dr. Rodriguez, Major Chen, we've just received data from our deep space probes. The Empire's scout ship has entered the solar system." Alina and John exchanged a look. The moment they had prepared for was finally here. "Alert all personnel," Alina ordered. "It's time to show the galaxy what humanity is truly capable of." As alarms began to blare throughout the facility, the three of them made their way to the command center. Screens lit up all around them, showing the Empire's scout ship as it approached Mars. "They think we're blind," John muttered, watching the alien vessel's casual approach. "They have no idea we can see them." Alina allowed herself a small smile. That's their first mistake. It won't be their last. In space, unaware of the eyes watching it, the Empire's scout ship cruised past the red planet. Inside, alien crew members chattered excitedly about the primitive world they were about to study. "Look at their pitiful attempts at space exploration," one alien scientist laughed, pointing at the Mars rovers visible on their screens. "They're like children playing in a sandbox." The ship's captain, a grizzled veteran named Klex, was less amused. "Don't underestimate them," he warned. "New species can be full of surprises." His words would prove prophetic sooner than he realized. Back on Earth, in the secret facility, Alina gave the order they had all been waiting for. "Launch the interceptor. Let's give our visitors a proper welcome." From a hidden silo in the Antarctic ice, a single ship rose silently into the sky. To any observers, it might have looked like a meteor streaking upwards. But this was no natural phenomenon. The Earth interceptor crossed the distance to Mars in minutes, its advanced propulsion system leaving the Empire's ship in the dust. Before the alien crew could even register the approaching vessel on their scanners, it was upon them. "Unknown ship approaching." The alien sensor operator cried out in panic. It's coming from Earth." Captain Klex's eyes widened in shock. "Impossible. They don't have this technology. Raise shields, power up weapons." But it was too late. The Earth ship unleashed a barrage of energy pulses that shattered the scout ship's defenses like glass. In seconds, the once proud vessel of the Galactic Empire was reduced to a drifting hulk. As the crew of the scout ship scrambled for escape pods, a message beamed across all frequencies, in perfect galactic standard. "Attention, vessel of the Galactic Empire. This is Earth Defense Force Interceptor 1. Your unauthorized incursion into our solar system has been noted and responded to. Be advised, Earth is not the primitive world you believed it to be. We are ready and willing to defend ourselves. Any further aggression will be met with overwhelming force. You have been warned." In the command center beneath the Rocky Mountains, Alina, John, and Zara watched the interceptor's flawless performance with a mixture of pride and apprehension. They had revealed their hand, exposed Earth's secret to the galaxy. "And so it begins," Alina said softly, her eyes fixed on the retreating blips of the Empire's escape pods. "May whatever gods are out there have mercy on us all." The news of Earth's stunning technological leap and military capability would soon reach the Galactic Empire. The stage was set for a confrontation that would shake the foundations of the galaxy, and humanity, long thought to be a primitive species, was about to take its place among the stars. Admiral Zaxor stood motionless on the bridge of his flagship, his four eyes fixed on the holographic display before him. The image showed the wreckage of the scout ship, now nothing more than twisted metal floating in the void of space. Around him, The bridge crew worked in tense silence, waiting for their leader's reaction. "Impossible," Zaxor muttered, his tentacles twitching with anger and disbelief. How could those primitives have done this? A junior officer approached cautiously. "Sir, we've received a transmission from the survivors. They report being attacked by an Earth vessel of advanced design." Zaxor's eyes narrowed. "Show me," he commanded. The hologram shifted, displaying footage from the scout ship's final moments. The Earth interceptor appeared, sleek and deadly, unleashing weapons far beyond what the Empire had believed possible for such a young race. "They've been hiding their true capabilities," Zaxor realized, his voice a low growl. "Preparing in secret while we ignored them." The Admiral's mind raced. If Earth had this level of technology, they could pose a real threat to the Empire's dominance. This could not be allowed to stand. "Prepare the fleet," Zaxor ordered, his voice echoing across the bridge. "We will crush this upstart world and show the galaxy the price of defying the Empire." As the massive Imperial fleet began to move, alarms blared in the secret facility beneath the Rocky Mountains. Dr. Elena Rodriguez and her team rushed to the command center, their faces grim with the knowledge of what was coming. Multiple hyperspace signatures detected, Major John Chen reported, his fingers flying over the controls. "It's the Empire. They're launching a full-scale invasion." Elena nodded, her expression determined. "They're reacting exactly as we predicted. Activate the planetary defense grid. Launch all squadrons. It's time to show the Empire what humanity is truly capable of." Across the Earth, hidden installations hummed to life. Massive energy shields flickered into existence, covering major cities and strategic locations. From secret bases on the Moon and Mars, squadrons of Earth's advanced fighters poured forth, forming a defensive line around the planet. In orbit, the first wave of Imperial ships emerged from hyperspace, their weapons charging. They expected an easy victory against a primitive world. What they found instead was a fully prepared defense force, ready and waiting. The space around Earth erupted in a spectacular light show as energy weapons from both sides crisscrossed the void. Imperial cruisers, accustomed to overpowering their opponents with sheer firepower, found themselves outmaneuvered by the smaller, faster Earth vessels. On the bridge of the Imperial flagship, Admiral Zaxor watched in growing horror as his forces were decimated. "How is this possible?" he roared. "Their technology. It's beyond anything we've seen." Earth's fighters darted between the lumbering Imperial ships, their advanced weapons tearing through shields and armor with ease. Whenever an Imperial vessel managed to target an Earth ship, quantum shields flickered to life, absorbing the energy and redirecting it back at the attackers. In the command center on Earth, Elena and her team coordinated the defense with practiced efficiency. "Squadron 7, flank the enemy destroyer," she ordered. "Lunar Base, launch the next wave of interceptors. We need to keep them off balance." As the battle raged on, it became clear that this was no easy conquest for the Empire. Hour after hour, their ships fell to Earth's defenses. The once mighty Imperial fleet, terror of 1,000 worlds, was being systematically dismantled by a planet they had dismissed as primitive. Admiral Zaxor, his confidence shattered, finally gave the order to retreat. "All ships, fall back," he commanded, his voice trembling with a mixture of fear and rage. "Regroup at the rally point. We must inform the Emperor of this development." As the remaining Imperial ships flowed into hyperspace, a cheer went up from Earth's defenders. They had done it. They had stood against the greatest power in the galaxy and emerged victorious. In the command center, Elena allowed herself a small smile. "We've won the first battle," she said, "but the war is far from over. The Empire will be back, and next time, they'll be prepared." Major Chen nodded grimly. "Then we'll be ready for them. Earth has shown the galaxy what we're capable of. We won't back down now." As the adrenaline of battle faded, the true magnitude of what had happened began to sink in. Earth, long ignored by the galactic community, had just announced its presence in the most dramatic way possible. The age of isolation was over. For better or worse, humanity had taken its first steps onto the galactic stage. And the universe would never be the same. In the aftermath of Earth's stunning victory, the planet buzzed with activity. The secret was out, and humanity's hidden technological prowess was now on full display for the galaxy to see. Dr. Elena Rodriguez stood before a panel of world leaders, her holographic image projected in meeting rooms across the globe. "Ladies and gentlemen," she began, her voice steady and confident, "today we unveil the full extent of Earth's defensive capabilities." With a wave of her hand, 3D projections of Earth's advanced ships filled the air. Gasps of awe echoed through the chambers as the leaders saw for the first time the true scope of what had been developed in secret. "Our quantum fold drives allow our ships to cross vast distances in the blink of an eye," Elena explained. "The Empire's faster-than-light travel is crude and slow in comparison." She gestured to another image, showing the ship's glowing shield. "Our photon barrier technology creates an impenetrable defense against energy weapons. It doesn't just block attacks, it absorbs them and repurposes the energy to strengthen our systems." As Elena continued her presentation, detailing advancements in AI, weaponry, and propulsion, the world leaders sat in stunned silence. The technology she described seemed more like science fiction than reality. Meanwhile, across the galaxy, the remnants of the Imperial fleet limped back to their home base. Admiral Zaxor, once proud and arrogant, now moved with the heavy steps of a defeated commander. In the Imperial throne room, Emperor Xanthar, a being of immense size and even greater cruelty, loomed over the kneeling admiral. "Explain to me," the Emperor growled, his voice shaking the very walls, "how a primitive world has brought low the mightiest fleet in the galaxy." Zaxor, his tentacles quivering in fear, recounted the battle. He spoke of Earth's impossible technology, their devastating weapons, and their inexplicable ability to predict and counter every Imperial tactic. As he finished his report, silence fell over the throne room. Emperor Xanthar's eyes glowed with an inner fire of rage and something else. Was it fear? "This changes everything," the Emperor finally spoke. "If what you say is true, these Earthlings possess technology that rivals or even surpasses our own. We must learn their secrets." Back on Earth, in the hidden facility beneath the Rocky Mountains, Major John Chen approached Dr. Rodriguez with urgent news. "Elena," he said, his voice tense, "our deep space sensors have detected massive movements of Imperial ships. They're gathering a fleet unlike anything we've ever seen." Elena's face hardened. "They're preparing for a full-scale invasion," she said. "We knew this would come. Are our new defense systems ready?" John nodded. "The orbital ring is fully operational, and the lunar cannon is charged and waiting." High above the Earth, a massive ring of interconnected satellites encircled the planet. This was the orbital ring, humanity's ultimate defensive weapon. Capable of generating a planet-wide energy shield and armed with thousands of quantum torpedoes, it stood as a silent guardian against the coming storm. On the far side of the moon, hidden from Earth's view, an enormous cannon took aim at the stars. The lunar cannon, powered by the fusion of exotic matter, could punch a hole through space-time itself, capable of destroying entire fleets with a single shot. As Earth prepared for the coming battle, news of the planet's technological marvels spread throughout the galaxy. Other alien races, long oppressed by the Empire, looked to Earth with hope and wonder. On a distant world, a group of resistance fighters huddled around a contraband hologram showing Earth's ships in action. "Do you see?" their leader whispered, eyes shining. "The Empire can be beaten. These Earthlings have shown us the way." Similar scenes played out across thousands of worlds. Earth, once dismissed as a backwater planet, had become a beacon of hope for the oppressed races of the galaxy. In her office, Elena looked out at the night sky, her mind on the battles to come. "We've revealed our hand," she murmured to herself. Now we must be prepared for whatever the Empire throws at us next. As if in answer to her thoughts, a junior officer burst into the room. Dr. Rodriguez, we've detected a massive energy spike at the edge of our solar system. Something big is coming through. Alina's eyes narrowed. The next phase of this galactic conflict was about to begin, and Earth stood ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The massive energy spike at the edge of the solar system turned out to be not another Imperial attack, but something entirely unexpected. A fleet of ships unlike any Earth had seen before dropped out of faster-than-light travel, their designs sleek and organic, almost alive. In the command center, Dr. Alina Rodriguez and Major John Chen watched the screens with a mixture of awe and apprehension. "Are they Imperial?" John asked, his hand hovering over the defense system's controls. Alina shook her head. "No, this is something new. Look at those ship designs. They're nothing like the Empire's." As they watched, a transmission came through. The face that appeared on the screen was distinctly alien. 4 eyes, scaled skin, and a crest of feathers adorning its head. "People of Earth," the alien spoke in perfect English, much to everyone's surprise. "I am Ambassador Zilvan of the Galactic Confederation. We come in peace and with an offer of alliance." The room erupted in murmurs of shock and excitement. Alina stepped forward. "Ambassador Zilvan, this is Dr. Alina Rodriguez of Earth. We welcome you, but I must ask, how do you know our language? And what is this Galactic Confederation?" Zilvan's feathers rippled in what seemed to be amusement. "We have been watching your world for some time, Dr. Rodriguez. Your defeat of the Imperial fleet has not gone unnoticed. As for the Confederation, we are an alliance of worlds who have long resisted the Empire's tyranny. We believe it's time Earth joined our ranks." Over the next few hours, Earth's leaders gathered in an emergency session to meet with Zilvan and his delegation. The ambassador explained that many worlds had been inspired by Earth's victory over the Empire. Rebellions were breaking out across the galaxy, and the balance of power was shifting. "Your technology," Zilvan said, gesturing to a hologram of Earth's ships, "is unlike anything we've seen. Combined with the Confederation's resources, we could finally bring an end to the Empire's reign." As the discussions continued, news of the alien delegation spread across Earth. People gathered in streets and homes, watching the historic meeting unfold on their screens. The once secret existence of advanced Earth technology was now common knowledge, and opinions were divided. Some saw the Confederation's offer as an opportunity for Earth to take its rightful place among the stars. Others feared that joining an interstellar alliance would only bring more conflict to their world. Meanwhile, in the depths of Imperial space, Emperor Xanthar received the news of the Confederation's approach to Earth with cold fury. "So," he growled to his assembled war council, "the cowards think they can steal our prize." Admiral Zaxor, recently spared execution for his failure, spoke up. "My Emperor, perhaps we could use this to our advantage. If we strike now, we could crush both Earth and the Confederation in one blow." Xanthar's eyes glowed with malevolent approval. "Yes, prepare the Worldbreaker. It's time we showed the galaxy the true might of the Empire." Back on Earth, as the diplomatic talks progressed, Alina found herself in a heated debate with military leaders who saw the Confederation as a threat. "We don't know if we can trust them," General Williams argued. "This could be a ploy to gain access to our technology." Alina stood her ground. "The Empire is gathering its forces as we speak. We need allies, General. The Confederation offers us a chance not just to defend Earth, but to bring freedom to the entire galaxy." As the debate raged on, John burst into the room, his face pale. "Alina, we've detected a massive object entering the solar system. It's the size of a small moon." All eyes turned to the main screen, where a colossal spherical ship slowly came into view. Its surface was covered in weapon emplacements, and at its center, a massive cannon glowed with ominous energy. Ambassador Zilvan's feathers stood on end in fear. "By the stars, it's the Worldbreaker. We thought it was just a legend. What's a world breaker? Elena asked, a sense of dread growing in her stomach. Zilvan turned to her, his 4 eyes wide with terror. It's the Empire's ultimate weapon. A ship capable of destroying entire planets, and it's heading straight for Earth. As the reality of the situation sank in, Elena realized that the fate of not just Earth, but the entire galaxy, now hung in the balance. The next few hours would determine whether humanity would rise to become a force for freedom in the stars, or fall victim to the Empire's ruthless ambition. The World Breaker's massive form loomed in Earth's sky, visible even in broad daylight. Its presence cast a shadow of fear across the planet, but also ignited a fire of determination in humanity's heart. In the command center, Dr. Elena Rodriguez stood before a unified council of Earth's leaders and the Confederation representatives. "We have no choice," she said, her voice firm. "We must fight, not just for Earth, but for the freedom of the entire galaxy." Ambassador Zilvan nodded in agreement. "The Confederation stands with Earth. Together, we can end the Empire's tyranny once and for all." As the World Breaker approached, Earth's defenses sprang to life. The orbital ring hummed with energy, its shield extending to envelop the planet in a protective bubble. On the far side of the moon, the lunar cannon took aim at the approaching behemoth. Elena turned to Major John Chen. "John, it's time to unveil our secret weapon. Activate Project Phoenix." John's eyes widened in surprise. "Are you sure? We haven't fully tested it yet." Elena nodded grimly. "We're out of options. It's now or never." Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, a massive hangar bay opened. From its depths rose a ship unlike any other. Sleek and golden, it shimmered with an otherworldly energy. This was the Phoenix, Earth's ultimate creation, a ship that combined all of humanity's technological advancements into one devastating package. As the Phoenix took to the skies, joined by Earth's fleet and the Confederation ships, Emperor Xanthar watched from the bridge of the Worldbreaker. His multiple eyes narrowed in confusion. "What is that?" he growled, pointing at the golden ship. Admiral Zaxor, standing nervously beside his emperor, shook his head. "Unknown, my lord. It doesn't match any known Earth or Confederation designs." Xanthar's face twisted in rage. "It doesn't matter. Nothing can stand against the Worldbreaker. Charge the main cannon. We'll reduce this pitiful planet to ash." The battle that followed would be remembered for generations across the galaxy. The Worldbreaker's weapons flared to life, unleashing devastation upon Earth's forces, but the combined fleet held strong, their advanced shields absorbing much of the damage. The Phoenix darted between enemy ships, its weapons tearing through Imperial defenses like paper. Earth fighters and Confederation cruisers followed in its wake, pressing the attack. On Earth, Elena coordinated the defense. "Lunar cannon, fire when ready," she commanded. The moon lit up as the massive cannon discharged, sending a beam of pure energy hurtling towards the Worldbreaker. It struck the massive ship's shields, causing them to flicker and waver. "Now's our chance," Elena shouted. "All ships, concentrate fire on that weak point." The combined fleet unleashed everything they had. The Phoenix led the charge, its main weapon, a concentrated beam of quantum energy, striking at the heart of the Worldbreaker. For a moment, it seemed as if the massive ship would withstand the assault. But then, with a series of explosions that lit up the sky, the Worldbreaker began to break apart. On its bridge, Emperor Xanthar watched in disbelief as his ultimate weapon crumbled around him. "Impossible," he muttered, before being engulfed in a final, cataclysmic explosion. As the remnants of the Worldbreaker drifted in space, a cheer went up from the Earth and Confederation forces. They had done it. They had defeated the Empire's greatest weapon and struck a decisive blow for freedom in the galaxy. In the aftermath of the battle, Earth found itself thrust onto the galactic stage. The planet became a beacon of hope for oppressed worlds throughout the galaxy. Delegations from countless alien races arrived, seeking alliances and trading opportunities. Elena, now hailed as a hero across Earth and beyond, stood before the United Nations. "We stand at a crossroads," she said. "We have the power to shape the future of the galaxy. We must use it wisely, to promote peace, freedom, and understanding among all sentient beings." As Earth began to expand its influence, establishing colonies on nearby star systems and helping liberate worlds from the remnants of the Empire, a new era of galactic history began. Humanity, once thought to be a primitive species on a backwater planet, had become a major player in the cosmic arena. But with this new power came new responsibilities and challenges. As Earth's fleet ventured further into the stars, they knew that the fight for freedom and justice in the galaxy was far from over. New threats and adventures awaited them in the vast expanse of space. The age of Earth's isolation was over. The age of Earth's galactic journey had just begun. 5 years had passed since the destruction of the Worldbreaker and the fall of Emperor Xanthar. In that time, the galaxy had undergone a transformation that few could have imagined. On a bustling space station orbiting Jupiter, Dr. Elena Rodriguez stood before a massive window, watching as ships from 100 different worlds came and went. The station, aptly named Unity, served as the headquarters for the newly formed Galactic Federation. "Madam President," a voice called out. Elena turned to see Ambassador Zilvin approaching, his feathers shimmering in the starlight. "The Council is ready for you." Elena nodded, straightening her formal uniform. As the first president of the Galactic Federation, she carried the hopes and dreams of countless beings on her shoulders. The council chamber was a marvel of alien and human architecture. Representatives from worlds across the galaxy sat in tiered seats, their diverse forms a testament to the vastness of life in the universe. As Elena took her place at the podium, a hush fell over the assembly. "Friends, allies, fellow sentients," she began, her voice carrying to every corner of the room. 5 years ago, we stood on the brink of tyranny. Today, we stand united in freedom." The chamber erupted in cheers and various alien sounds of approval. Elena waited for the noise to die down before continuing. "But our work is not done. While the core of the Empire has fallen, pockets of resistance remain. Worlds still suffer under the yoke of oppression." On cue, a holographic map of the galaxy appeared above the council. Red spots indicated areas still controlled by Imperial loyalists or warlords who had seized power in the chaos following the Empire's fall. "Our fleets, combining Earth's technology with the diverse strengths of our allies, continue to liberate these worlds," Elena explained. "But we face a new challenge. How do we build a lasting peace? How do we ensure that the freedom we've won is not lost to future generations?" As the council debated these weighty matters, elsewhere in the galaxy, the impact of Earth's rise was still unfolding. On a distant mining colony, once brutally exploited by the Empire, workers marveled at new safety equipment provided by Earth engineers. "They care about our lives," one alien miner said to another, his forearms gesturing in excitement. "Not just what we can produce." In a top-secret research facility on Mars, human scientists worked alongside alien counterparts, combining their knowledge to push the boundaries of technology even further. The head scientist, Dr. Yuki Tanaka, looked with pride at her team as they unveiled a prototype for a ship that could traverse dimensions. With this, she explained to a visiting dignitary, "We could explore not just our galaxy, but entire new universes." Back on Earth, in the same underground facility where humanity's secret fleet was born, Major John Chen, now General Chen, oversaw the training of a new generation of pilots. Humans learned alongside aliens, each bringing their unique perspectives and abilities to form the most formidable peacekeeping force the galaxy had ever known. "Remember," John told the class of cadets, "our strength lies not in our technology, but in our unity. We are the shield that protects the free worlds of the galaxy." As the council session on Unity Station came to a close, Elena found herself once again at the window, gazing out at the stars. Ambassador Zilvin joined her, his 4 eyes reflecting the starlight. "Did you ever imagine it would come to this?" he asked. "When you were building your secret fleet on Earth?" Elena smiled, shaking her head. "Never in my wildest dreams. We just wanted to protect our world. Now look at us, protectors of an entire galaxy." Zylvin's feathers rippled in what Elena had come to recognize as a smile. "The galaxy is a better place for it. You've given hope to billions." As they watched, a fleet of ships jumped into view, returning from a mission to liberate a world on the outer rim. The ships, a mix of Earth, Confederation, and New Federation designs, moved in perfect harmony, a symbol of the new galactic order. "We've come so far," Elena mused, "but our journey is just beginning. There are still stars to explore, worlds to free, and challenges to face." Zylvin nodded in agreement, "And we'll face them together, as a united galaxy." As the two leaders turned to leave, the stars seemed to shine a little brighter. The age of oppression was over. A new era of exploration, cooperation, and shared prosperity had begun, and at its heart was Earth, once a primitive world on the edge of the galaxy, now the cradle of a revolution that had changed the cosmos forever. The future, vast and full of possibilities, awaited.